Yo, 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 yo. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? What up? What's going on, guys? Um, Coming off of a so-so day with this daily fantasy. Yo, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? So I made three lineups, only one hit for the money yesterday. We could kind of look at it if you guys want. Um, the good thing is I won back some of my money. The bad thing is that the $12 single entry contest is the one that I value the most. And I did not have this 261 entry in that contest. So it was a bittersweet day for me. I think I bet about, um, I want to say about $40 on NBA. And I won maybe like 25 or something like that. So whatever, it's behind us. But I'm so excited for some new matchups tomorrow, man. So excited that I think I'm going to overwhelm that game and stack it up. So before I get into what I'm gonna do for tomorrow's matchup, now that the prices are out, let me go to YouTube, see who's in the room, and say welcome to my dearest homies, man. Gabe Santana says, "Yo, what up, Gabe? Chilling, chilling, chilling. Got that fire for tomorrow." D Pelski says, "What up, homie? Salute to you, D. Mamba fan, what's good? Fan, what up?" Anthony Larkins says, "What up? Got that chicken 4 out of the last 5 days. Thanks to you guys and gals." Anthony, anything I could do to help you win money, it's a pleasure. Thanks for coming back, sharing what you want to do. All right. Wade needs to retire. Wade got some ball left in him. They need to put Wade just need good players around him. He's not young anymore. He can't be the breadwinner. He needs to be the butter, make it taste a little better, the bread, but he can't be the breadwinner. You know what I mean? Saludos, bro. Salute to you, NYC Nation. Welcome, welcome. So I'm looking at these two games tomorrow, and I'm wondering what the heck. I'm looking at prices, I'm looking at matchups, and it's a couple things stood out to me, okay? I'm not going to start with the Boston game. I'm going to start with the Utah Clippers game because I hate that game so much that I'm going to fade it. Let's get into the Clippers now. For point guards, Chris Paul is always a good option. He'll get you upper 40s as a floor, and he can get you into the 60s. For 10.2K, it's risky, though. It's not a good matchup. We know that point. We know that Utah period, just a defensive guru team. And in order to beat them on a game 7, I'm thinking they're going to need a balanced attack. So the low price guys for the Clippers are the guys that I do like. Not the big price guys. I like the low price guys, all right? Now, that might make you say, like, who? Austin Rivers? No, not like Austin Rivers. Yes, he started, played 35 minutes, and got 22 fantasy points. But Doc Rivers is bugging. If he's going to start his son just because it's his son, and he thinks that playing his son is the right thing to do, the only thing he's playing is himself. He needs, if anything, to throw in some Jamal Crawford or something in the lineup. Somebody that could bring you some spark right away. But nonetheless, I like Austin Rivers. I mean, I don't love him. I like him a little less than a little bit. But who I really like, again, I picked him, and he did not too bad. At 4K, he got me 19 fantasy points. He's down $100. I still like Jamal Crawford because we know that he's volatile. He can go off at the drop of a dime, man. He could just go off whenever he feels like it. And I think in a game 7, they're going to need that volatility from him. And I think he brings it at home. A vet. I don't know. I got a lot to like about Austin Rivers. If I'm going to pay all the way down, I like Austin Rivers, all right? Like me some Austin Rivers. Still like Bahamute for getting all those minutes. He's getting, look, in 28 minutes, 29 minutes, he gave us 24. So he had a pretty safe floor. If you want to do Luke, go ahead. And that's pretty much it. Blake Griffin's out. If you think Mo Spates is a good basketball player and you want to play him, go ahead. I'm good. Did they play Brandon Bass at all last night? Let me see. Nope. Oh yeah, they didn't. So I don't know. What they doing. They like Spates, who's shooting like 1 for 6. Oh no, he's shooting all right. 4 for 6. I don't like Spates, man. But DeAndre Jordan going up against Rudy Gobert. Again, his floor is safe, but man, I just don't like this game like that. If I was to pick someone from this game, it'd be Jamal Crawford. If I was to pick anyone from the Clippers, it'd be Jamal Crawford, and that's it. Chris Paul, I think, is a little expensive, and Crawford is cheap with the volatility. I like Jamal Crawford. Now, looking at Utah, George Hill just had a good game. I don't see him doing that back-to-back against Chris Paul again. So if you want to chase and you're a chaser, go ahead, get some George Hill. But I'm not too big on that. And then Joe Johnson, I told you guys, man, he had 2 good games in a row. Listen, man, I'm not a psychic, not an expert. I'm just a person that watch a lot of basketball, bro. Joe Johnson had 2 good games in a row. Do not count on that third one. As a matter of fact, I was surprised that Andre Roberson got 3 good games in a row. I was fading him after the second good game in a row. You know what I mean? And when he got out the third one, I said, nah, no more. Same thing with Joe Johnson. After you see 2 good games in a row, you want to stay away. Now that he had a bad game, you still want to stay away. He's not the type of person that's consistent. The person I would go with for that around that price, to be honest, for $1,000 cheaper, I'll take Joe Ingles because they're going to get the same amount of minutes. And Joe Ingles just had 2 subpar games. So what does that mean? He's due. So mathematically, if you're going to, I'm not picking either one, but if you have to go there, I would take Joe Ingles over Joe Johnson, getting the same amount of minutes, coming off 2 games shooting 0 for 4. Nobody in basketball is that whack that they're going to look at Ginobili. He went, 0 for 4, and then he came out and did well. So, and he looked like he was having some foul trouble this last game, so he may not have been able to be as aggressive as he wanted to be. We know that he can get you into the 20s and 30s if he gets super aggressive. With Hayward back, though, I would stay away from both of those guys. Somebody that I love tomorrow for this 8.5K is Gordon Hayward. I think I'm going to pull him over one time. Why Gordon Hayward? Because he's super consistent. Now, he's a guy that just had 2 back-to-back, 48 and 50. So if my theory is as it is, I would want to stay away from him, especially a guy who was not known to be too consistent during the season, right? Yes, it makes sense. But guess what, guys? It's game 7. All right? It's game 7. He's playing 40-plus minutes per game. He's taking 20 shots per game. He is the power forward realistically, so he's going to get a ton of rebounds. He's going to score. He plays defense. He probably get a couple blocks in this game. There's no body that Clippers got to put on him. I don't see any matchup that they could say, all right, boom, you guard Gordon Hayward. I think you could do that. Bahamute is a good defender, but again, Horford is playing the 4. They're starting people like Paul Pierce and what's the dude name? Mo Spates. Come on. This guy's going to have a field day. I love Gordon Hayward tomorrow. He's the only person from this game that I'm picking. I'm full stack on that Washington game. I'm going to look at some Hayward. And then Derek Favors. I mean, at this all-time low 46, I'm not opposed to that. I think that's kind of interesting. I mean, he just went 1 for 6, and he gave us 19, which is about 5. I think for that price, Derek Favors is worth the risk. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't realize he was so cheap when I looked at it earlier. How many minutes he's gonna get? I don't know. He comes off the bench. He's a backup, but that's a very interesting price for some Derek Favors. We know that he can get minutes he hasn't been, so it's risky, and I think that's why his price is so low. But he's one of those guys that when teams think they're adjusting or whatever, they throw the Okie. He's a good risk. I'm going to pull him over. I doubt I'm going to get to him because I already have my lineup set. But Derek Favors is worth the risk. And then Rudy Gobert for 7-8 is also worth that risk. We know that he can get you into the 40s easily. Now, he just had 9 rebounds, all right? That's the only thing that stopped him from having a big game is 9 rebounds. Gobert is not a 9 rebounds kind of guy. I don't even know how that happened. I didn't watch the game. He wasn't in foul trouble. He played 33 minutes. I guess they were trying to get Favors some minutes. So if I was going heavy on this game, I'll just take 3 Utah players, all the bigs. Hayward, Favors, Gobert. I would stack all 3 of those. You know what I mean? You're guaranteed to have a good, but I wasn't really messing with it. If I do a second lineup, I might mess around with something like that just for some insurance, throw it in the Sharks' nest. But those are the 3 guys from this game that I like. Nobody from the Clippers. And let me see what YouTube got to say about that. Wade needs to ring chase. He don't need a ring. He got 3. What's good, everybody? Brett Johnson, welcome. New York City says make a winning lineup. Working on it. Utah giving up the most points in playoff to point guards. Well, they only played one team, and they're playing against the best point guard in basketball, in my opinion, right now, as far as like both sides of the ball and veteran status and IQ. Not to mention that the point guard that they're playing against is the only player for his team. The other star went down. So I'm not saying that they're doing that because they're the worst defensive team. They're doing that because of the circumstances. But the point guard that Utah is going up against is very expensive. He's $10K. So Chris Paul at $10K at home is not a bad price, man. I just don't know if I want to pay up that much on a 2-game slate with so many other options of go-to guys available. For me to pay up for Chris Paul, I'm going to have to take a lot of punt risk. And I'm not sure if I want to do punt risk tomorrow. Chris Paul is a decent play. For low 10K, I'm not saying I hate Chris Paul. I'm just saying I'm not trying to pay up that much. All right? Just finished hooping, and I realized 35 is too old for full court. DFS for me. Yeah, I haven't played full court in like 3.5 years, but I do want to, though, because I played some we was playing 4-on-4 the other day, half court in the park, and it was some good cardio, man. My heart was dumping. Came home, took a shot, felt great. I felt like a young 21-year-old kid again. So get used to that full court life, man. It's good for you. The man's not gonna go away from his son. CP3 only clip I'm thinking of. Yeah, me too. I'll consider some CP3 if I was making multiple lineups, but I'm only making one, and I'm not messing with CP3 for that price. So I think people sleeping on DJ. Yeah, but he going up against Gobert, and in a game 7, I want to consider matchups, man. I don't want to get too crazy going against the matchup in a game 7 when teams are bringing their A1 sauce and make that mistake. Fading John Wall on the road at home. I'll fire him up. Are you talking about Chris Paul? Yeah, go ahead. I'm not playing John Wall either. I'm not going that high for any player on this 2-game slate tomorrow. I'm going not so balanced, but a little balanced. Yeah, that price though. I think Hayward reaching at 8.5. I don't think so because Hayward is the number 1 scoring option on the team. He's taking 20-something plus shots. Clippers don't have nobody that they could put on him. It's game 7. He needs to win. He's going to overexert himself. You got to have some Hayward. I'm going to ride Hayward on this one. I can't not play Hayward. So why you fade him if the best point guard, which I agree with that point, because of his price. And even though he's the best, so let me tell you, if he gives me 60 for his 6 times value tomorrow, right? Let's just say he gets you 60 points. The players that you put around him are not going to be that great. You know what I mean? Now, I got 6 players that I'm throwing in my lineup tomorrow that I'm almost sure I could get 6 times value from. And that's the only way I can accomplish that is by staying away from Chris Paul and stacking up that Celtics game. You got to go back to the matchups, man. You got to keep your mind on matchups a little bit, all right? Why would you overpay for Hayward, who's overpriced, but not pay for CP3, who I think is underpriced? Because I got better options, man. I got better options. But let's continue to the Boston-Washington game, right? I'm going to start with Boston. My favorite point guard on tomorrow's slate is Isaiah Thomas. Boom. All right. I like Isaiah Thomas because, for one, Dennis Schroeder is whack, corny, the worst basketball player. I played him every game because of what he's been doing. But to see Dennis Schroeder look like a superstar, it makes me feel that IT can look like a superstar against the same team, for one. For 2, IT is at home. For 3, IT, when I looked at his splits against this team in 4 games this season, he's averaging 46.5 points against this team. So I think I could get 50 from him in a playoff atmosphere, full of confidence. Just came off of a season, opening round win. Typically, I don't like to go IT, especially right now. He seems to be struggling, but the Bulls are a different monster, man. I think the Bulls try to slow down the pace. They had an old D Wade playing point guard. I think this game is going to be super pace, super pace. You see how the Warriors like to run. That's the game that IT like, and that's why he scores so much against this team, because the style of play that both of these teams are going to bring and want to bring is going to be a lot of back and forth, back and forth. Love IT because of that tomorrow. Love IT. All right. And then believe it or not, I'm going to play some Marcus Smart, but I'm going to get to him last. He was just like a filler for me. Another person I love is Jay Crowder. Why do I love Jay Crowder tomorrow? Because let's get rid of Derek Favors. Love Jay Crowder tomorrow because for one, he's playing power forward, and that's the biggest weak spot of Boston. All right. For only $5K, he can get you 30 easily. He's averaging 33.9 in 3 games against this team this season. He already got some bad blood. These two teams don't like each other, man. I like Crowder at the power forward, already having good numbers against this team. I want to go ahead and throw in some Crowder and not feel bad about it. All right. Another person I like on the Boston, Mr. Al Horford. Now, Chicago. If you're looking at matchup, Washington bigs are what you want. That's why I'm taking both Crowder and Al Horford. When we're looking at matchup, bigs against Washington is what you want. Now, this guy just had a 30-point game where they blew out Chicago. He only played 27 minutes. People might see 30 and say, oh, no, he gets a little risky. But in my mind, if he would have played 36, 37 minutes, 35 minutes, he would have 40s again. And in this better matchup, he's going to have 40s, all right? In 3 games, averaging 37, I think he's going to bring it. He's gonna rebound. He's going to do everything. He's going to assist. Gortat, I don't know, man. Love Al Horford. I got Al Horford locked and loaded for tomorrow. Love Al Horford. All right. And then we're going to look at some Washington players. John Wall for 11K is way too much money. We know that Boston is the #1 team. So if we're looking at matchups, yes, you want John Wall because he is in the ideal matchup. But I'm thinking they might throw some not Evan Turner. What's this guy's name? Avery Bradley at him. I like I don't know if I could pay 11K for him tomorrow, man. I don't know. It's tough, especially going on the road. Came out of I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like that for John Wall. But who I do like is Bradley Beal. Like Bradley Beal because he can give me what John Wall could give me at a cheaper price. He's overexerting himself for his team. Even when he shoots bad, he still have a good fantasy night. Bradley Beal is going to be in the 40s throughout these playoffs consistently. Especially in this fast-paced game. And with Crowder playing up big at the 4, I like that. You know what I mean? Who they going to throw at Bradley Beal? They're going to throw I don't know. I don't know if I could go to Bradley Beal. He's a little expensive. Between him and Hayward, that's what it was. I had to choose between Bradley Beal and Gordon Hayward. I apologize, guys. I went with Hayward only because Boston played defense from the 2 and the 3 spots. Now, Otto Porter is who I like. Otto Porter has been playing the 3, a little bit of 4. He's starting to exert himself, getting real aggressive, taking it in a little bit. I like Otto Porter. Sorry, man. I don't know how to verbalize it to you guys, but I like Otto Porter. I think Otto Porter deserves some play, and I like Markieff Morris. I think you got to have some Otto Porter and some Markieff Morris. Why Markieff Morris? Because, again, they got bad blood. And power forwards against Boston is what you want. You know what I mean? He's averaging about 30 in 4 games, 30 minutes. Now, the thing is, with Crowder playing the 4 now, it might change the dynamics a little bit. So that's why I got him and Otto Porter both, man. It's going to be hard to contain both of those guys. I don't think Boston has the tools up front in the bigs to hold any of these 2 guys. So I like both of those guys tomorrow. I like the whole Washington big man crew. I even like Gortat a little bit because we know bigs against Boston is a thing. He's been struggling against them this season, and he just hasn't really looked too aggressive in the playoffs. So I went with Al Horford, thinking that Al Horford is one of the leaders of his team. Al Horford, Isaiah Thomas are going to come out at home looking to make a statement. I'm not saying that Washington not able to make a stand against them, but what I am saying is that I think Washington, just like I think the Clippers, going to have to play a balanced game and get everybody involved. I think that's going to be the same for Washington. I don't think you see. It's a different dynamic. You got to look at matchups against Atlanta. The guards had to do most of the work. Why? Because that's Atlanta's weakness. Atlanta cannot hold guards. So you saw Markieff Morris and Gortat struggle because one thing Atlanta could do is guard bigs. Millsap not playing that. Dwight Howard play a little defense too. You know what I'm saying? So in that series, the guards for Washington looked very well. Bradley Beal came out, looked very well. Now Boston, they play D against those wings and the smalls. You know what I mean? So you got to get the bigs in. And Otto Porter is a little more risky. People might frown upon my Otto Porter pick, but I like him. I like how the lineup looked balanced with that whole Boston-Washington stack. So I'm going to go ahead and take some Otto Porter. Then I'm going to punt 2 cheap plays in. But before I do that, let me see how you guys feel. I think he will, and even if he doesn't, Bradley sucks at defending players through screens. So I think Bill is safe. So why you fading it? Oh, okay, I read that already. Lewis, all the time you go balance, but playoff is about stars, not rotation players. I don't think so, man. I think as we get deeper in the playoff, I think you gotta take more people with more potential, man. Everybody in my lineup got potential to hit 40. So far, everybody that I picked got potential to hit 40. Every one of them got 40 plus potential. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm kind of looking at, man. I'm not trying to spend 10K for somebody with 60 potential who could get me 40. And then I got everybody else that I'm hoping that my 60 come through and I get value out of scrubs. You know what I mean? So that's risky. The only thing is Hayward or Bill, man. I like Bill tomorrow, but I like Hayward a little better. So I'm gonna stick to Hayward. But trust me, man. I don't want to go too high on these players. Look at I2 shooting percentage against this team. I am not trusting that. Trust IT, man. Thoughts on Avery Bradley? I don't like Avery Bradley in this series a lot because there's not Dwayne Wade on him that's old anymore. It's Bill. Bill been playing some good defense, man. Bradley Bill's been playing some good defense. Now, in 2 games, Avery Bradley went off against this team. I'm looking at it. It looks good. In his last 2 games against Chicago, he went off. He only had 1 bad game. He's been going off. Avery Bradley's been going off, man. What is he doing? He's shooting the 3 ball, 2 for 5, 3 for 4. Very high field goal percentage. Everybody looks good. For 6K, I'm not doing that, though. To chase this game against Chicago. Before Chicago, he was looking average. But against Washington, 2 games, 38. So analytically, yes. I wouldn't say no. Avery Bradley, yes. Everybody looking like his numbers been solid. I don't know if I want to go there yet. And if it is what it is to be, I'll get him in game 3 or 4. You know what I mean? But for right now, game 1 out the gate, I'm gonna pump the brakes on some Avery Bradley for right now and go Isaiah Thomas. Bradley's in place. Santana has to be. His numbers has been nice. All right. Morris is in a better matchup. He should be 6.2 playing on Crowder. I agree, Mr. Neal. And that exactly, he won't be in foul trouble. There's no more Millsap powering him down, man. Crowder likes to play the perimeter too a lot. So that's going to do good for Markieff. Love Markieff tomorrow. I think Markieff is in a good spot. Washington going to try to steal the first game. I'm going with Wall, Beal, and Gortat. Good luck. Good luck, brother. I'm fading all those 5K to 5.5 players. I can't pick one I feel great about, so I'm fading them. Hey, I hear you. I hear you. And he actually can shoot, unlike Crowder. Agree with you, Gabriel. Bradley is golden tomorrow. All right. We always have these healthy debates. I'm not really feeling Bradley like that tomorrow. I'm not going to lie. I'm not. I mean, I could throw him in and have 2,900 and mess around and get some nobodies. That's the thing I'm saying. I'm not really feeling. Before I take Avery Bradley, I'll pay up and get Bradley Beal. I get it. Avery Bradley, he can shoot, and he's had good history. I just don't feel it. I don't feel like I need to go get Avery tomorrow. He might be real high on because of that statistics that you guys looking at, just like D Wade statistically and Nah, leave Avery Bradley, man. Go ahead and get yourself some IT for 8,600. I think I'm all right with that. Yeah, I'll take some. IT's had good success against this team as well, and IT is the plug, man. IT is all right, man. I know he's been struggling shooting the ball. He's been going through a little family issue, but I think IT is safe. I'm gonna go IT. I'm not going Avery Bradley, but that's just me. Now to fill in these last two spots, I'm gonna take Gerald Green if he's starting, which I think they say they're gonna continue starting him. Now he can be hit or miss. Out of his 3 starts, he gave us 23, 3, and 28. I don't think he's gonna get us 3 again, especially tomorrow. I don't think he's gonna get us 3. I think he'll get us high teens, low 20s. I just feel that way. And to kind of hedge this out a little bit, I'm gonna go ahead and just throw some Marcus Smart in my lineup, and that's my lineup tomorrow. I got 2 Washington players, 5 Boston players, and a Utah player. And people gonna look at me like I'm crazy, bro. What are you doing? What are you doing? I just feel good about it, man. I don't doubt that Washington can win. It's just that I think Boston is gonna get everybody involved to the point where and all my Boston, except for IT, Horford. I don't know. I just like that, man. I like the fact of stacking in this situation. I don't like that Clippers game, and this is what I'm going with right here. I'm not messing with Avery Bradley until like game 3. If he shows that, even if he doesn't, I might mess with him like once teams start looking to make adjustments and messing up with the starting lineup and matchups are more apparent. Yes, but to have a lineup right here where none of my 7 out of my 8 players are over 5K, and I feel comfortable about every single last one of them. The only punt that I'm going is some Gerald Green, and he's starting for 3,500. That makes me comfortable. So that's the lineup that I'm comfortable with right now, man. That's what I sat in here. I did some research. I looked at matchups. This is what I like. That's what I'm going to go with. So let's see what YouTube's talking about. Let's see what YouTube's talking about. Stats and film with Bradley. IT on Bill, easy 50. They're not going to do that. Not because I don't think Bill could. I don't know about Bill. Bill just went off twice in a row. I don't know. Terry Rozier for a punt. I don't know. Not in game 1 of a series. I think Rozier started getting minutes once they got used to the team and realized that they need to make some rotations. They need to Rozier got minutes once they realized the matchups, situations, and blowouts started coming about. But game 1 going with Rozier is a little risky, so I can't do it. Just look at IT2 shooting percentage against the Wizards. I don't gotta look at his shooting percentage. I'm looking at his points. He's doing well against it. That's better. That's better to know. That makes me more comfortable to know that his shooting percentage against him is 400%. So he's not shooting great per se. All right. He's shooting the 3 ball very bad. Okay. But he's still putting up numbers. He got 8 assists a game for them, 4 rebounds. That team does not rebound the ball well. So if he's gonna crash the ball, give me some rebounds, he can come back on the other side, get some assists. Him and Horford could throw the ball back to each other. Then why not like that? You know what I mean? Get some IT, man. Don't be shy against IT. IT's in a good spot, man. I love that lineup. Thank you, Mr. NYC. I love it too. Avery B always on Wall and ITO is on Bill. All right, so if that's the case, right? Why in 4 games Beal is only averaging 32 points against this team? Can somebody answer that for me? If it's such a dream come true and that's what always happened, why is Beal don't have good historical numbers against this team? You guys are crazy, man. Game 1, you gotta look at matchups, and then for game 3 and 4, you start looking at adjustments. You think the best IT can guard the best PG in the league? You think the best? Now, I'm not saying that he can't, but I'm not paying 11. I think Waller put up maybe 50, low 50s tomorrow, mid 50s. But that's like 4 to 5 times value, man. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I worry about Bojan and Smith coming in hot and eating into Otto and Keith minutes. Not in game 1. Not in game 1. I don't think so. He will baby him. That's why I love Avery over IT. He is the Dennis Schroeder type in this series. Nah, IT is the Dennis Schroeder. The dude that wants the ball, driving all the time, jacking up threes. IT is the Dennis Schroeder, man. IT is the Dennis Schroeder. Playoffs versus season. Come now. Because he's only averaging 28 minutes versus 35 minutes. There's a difference in the playoffs. Yeah, all right. So if you guys like Avery Bradley, which I think Avery Bradley is going to be called upon for his defense, going to have his hands full. Go Avery Bradley. I'm going IT. I like IT tomorrow, but you guys like Avery Bradley, go Avery Bradley. So that's my lineup. I already submitted it. I'm entered in a couple. Let me show you guys what I'm in. The regular. Starting to do the 12-time contest against more. Now that I've been winning more consistent out my slump, I've been back to the 12 times that I'm in the Sharks Nest. Then I'm in the 3 times max, $3, and then the 20 max, $4. And I got that lineup in all of them, all right? Now, to play around a little bit, something that I think is beneficial is to not just make lineups that I like for people who want to play my lineup, but make lineup that the crew likes, all right? So I'm going to clear my lineup out, and I'm going to show some crew love and go with the lineups that you guys think are best, all right? Because I'm a cool dude like that. I'm going to go cool dude like that. I'm cool like that. So everybody likes Avery Bradley tomorrow. I'm going to throw some Avery Bradley in there. And everybody like Bill tomorrow. I'm going to throw some Bill in there. Now, who else you guys like, man? Let me know what the crew. Let's see what the crew can agree with. IT might not even play. Oh, if IT don't play, then yeah, I'll go Avery Bradley and feel better about everything else. I'll probably throw in if IT don't play, I'm playing Beal and Hayward. I'm telling you guys that right now. If IT don't make it, I'm playing Beal and Hayward tomorrow. That's a fact. If IT don't play, I'm definitely gonna play Beal. So I'm talking about why Bill only averaged 30. Look at his minutes. Yeah, I saw that. 28 minutes. I saw that. And 35 for 28 minutes is a cool number. I get it. But I'm not doing that. I mean, in my lineup. But right now, I'm formulating a lineup that we all can agree on. All right? That's what I'm working on right now. So let's get to it, guys. I threw the guys that you guys. I threw Avery in there. And I threw in some Avery. And I threw in some Bradley Bill. Who else do you guys think is a must-play tomorrow? I heard some Chris Paul love. You guys want me to throw some Chris Paul in there or what? See if we can afford it. Let's see. See what we got going on here. Some Chris Paul. And we still left with 5K. Well, who do you guys like, man? Let me get some opinions. In the meantime, if you're watching the video, you like my content, let me get a like. Go ahead, like the video. The more likes we get, the more exposure I get on YouTube. The more exposure I get on YouTube, the more people that join the crew that can bounce ideas and help us be successful. All right, so go ahead, hit the thumbs up button. Let's get it going. Let's get the likes going. In the meantime, let me see who you guys like. Gortat with Mahinmi still out against Boston. He's going to get it done for 5K. All right, let me know how you guys feel about Gortat, crew. You guys like Gortat? Talk to me. Talk to me if you like Gortat. Let me get some confirmation so I could throw him in the lineup. I don't think there's any chance in the world IT will miss the game if he didn't sit out versus the Bulls. I agree. I like IT tomorrow, man. I like the fact that IT didn't have a big game in a while too. That's kind of convincing. IT is due. IT is due. How we feel about Gortat, guys? You guys like some Gortat tomorrow? What's up? Not a Bill fan game one, but I'm huge on Hayward and Paul. Also, hate Horford. All right. Gortat is weak as hell, so they're not really big on the Gortat. He wouldn't get it done for 4K. Horford. I like Horford. Everybody agree on some Horford? Should I throw some Horford in the lineup? Talk to me, guys. Let me know about Horford. How about instead of CP3, let's try Wall just in case he does meet his price. How you guys feel about that? Talk to me, guys. Talk to me. I want to make a lineup that the crew likes. I already showed my lineup. Now I want to show you not one person or two people lineup, a lineup that we could come as a community and make. So talk to me. You guys need to get your Twitter fingers going, man. Get your Twitter fingers going. Let me know. Somebody says like Green. Who's Green? Joe Green? For his price here, I like Green. You want to get some Green love? I throw some Green. Help us save some money. How you guys feel about Green? How you guys feel about Green? Gortat is weak as hell. How much is Gortat? Like 6K? Is Gortat really smart for 6K? See what they got going for Gortat. For 5K? You guys like Gortat? I throw in some Gortat. I heard some Horford, so I throw some Horford in. We got Chris Paul, Avery Bradley, Joe Green, Marcin Gortat, Bradley Beal, Al Horford. We got $4,600 a person. So what do you guys think we should do at this point? Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. I'm making a lineup that you guys like, man. Because I already showed mine. I'm getting a lot of backlash. My lineup's setting loaded, though. My lineup is good to go. Gortat is weak as hell. I'm huge on Hayward. Other brother man say he's big on Hayward. Do we got money for Hayward? See, 85. Nah, we only got 800 left, so we might have to make some. I'm big on Hayward too. I think Hayward come through tomorrow. I like Hayward. I like the shots for Hayward. How about MKCB3? Let's try Wall. All right, no feedback. Nobody want to chime in on the group on the group's lineup. We don't have any Mambas in the room. Or Mamba was in. I don't know what happened. He probably left. The Jermars are not in here. Those guys are normally vocal, but let's see. Let's see. I'll finish it up based on my little judgment. I'll try to keep the guys that you guys like. Is Avery Bradley point guard eligible? That's the first thing I want to see. No. All right. Power forward. Let's see what we got. We got Jay Crowder, Markeith. I already got both of those in my lineup and Otto, so and Hayward. I don't know. Let's take out Hayward. All right. Let's take out some Hayward. Power forward, we can go some Olenek maybe. How you guys feel about Olenek? Oh, when I show my lineup, everybody vocal. They shutting it down. Oh, I don't like Now nobody want to talk. All right. So that's it. I'm wrapping up the video. I'm done. All right. My lineup, I'm gonna bring it back up on the screen real quick. Isaiah Thomas, Marcus Smart, Gordon Hayward, Markieff Morris, Al Horford, Gerald Green, Jay Crowder, Otto Porter. That's who I'm rolling with tomorrow. I see you guys pre-lock. Lock is what time tomorrow? 1 p.m. Oh, it's early day. Love that. I'll be on here at 12:15, guys. 12:15. talking smack, trying to see what we can get done. All right. So I'll see you guys tomorrow afternoon, man. Peace.